Hello everyone. We are doing with wave optics, and in wave optics we have done some important phenomena like Huygens principle, how wavefront is formed, different sources of light, and different wavefront that we have discussed already. Okay. Out of this, the Huygens principle is very important for your exam. Okay, because exam पे normally आते ही है कि what is Huygens principle, explain with the necessary diagram. So this is all about Huygens principle, that is we have done in the first class. Second one we have done with this one, the reflection of light based on Huygens principle. Okay, so in reflection of light based on Huygens principle, we have derived that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection in wave theory of light also. So as I have already said to you that Huygens principle satisfies both the laws of reflection as well as the laws of refraction. Okay, so what is the law of refraction? So in law of refraction we got Snell's law, and what is a Snell's law? Snell's law is mu equal to sin I by sin r, or you can also say mu equal to velocity of light in medium 1 divided by velocity of light in medium 2 if the light is travelling from medium 1 to medium 2, and if the light is travelling from medium 2 to medium 1, then the refractive index of medium 1 with respect to 2 will be velocity of light in medium 2 divided by velocity of light in medium 1. That is, we have already discussed in what? Where? We have discussed in refraction of light, in the beginning of refraction of light in ray optics. Okay. So today we have to derive the same formula. जो formula हम लोगों ने already study किया था वही formula अगर wave theory of light satisfy करते हैं तो उसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि wave theory of light is also valid. Okay. So can you imagine that about wave theory of light? कुछ क्या तुम लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? wave theory of light, देखो wave basically क्या होता है? Right now suppose the sun is overhead of us. Okay, तो light कहाँ से आ रहा है? बात समझ में आ रहा है ना? सपोज ये रूम है और रूम का पूरा एकदम टॉप सरफेस, मतलब ये जो बिल्डिंग है, बिल्डिंग का टेरेस का ऊपर में अभी दिस इज द पोजीशन ऑफ द सन. तो लाइट जो है वो कैसे आ रहा है? वो फ्रॉम द सोर्स ऑफ लाइट, इट इज फ्रॉम द सन, ऐसे आके वो रूम के अंदर में आ रहा है. ठीक है, इसका मतलब व्हाट? लाइट डज नॉट फॉलो द स्ट्रेट पाथ. ओके, वी हैव टू से दैट लाइट फॉलोज स्ट्रेट पाथ ऑल्सो, बट यू कैनॉट इग्नोर दैट लाइट फॉलोज दैट लाइट डज नॉट फॉलो वेव पाथ. हम लोगों को ये कहना ही पड़ेगा कि लाइट फॉलोज ये स्ट्रेट पाथ ऑल्सो. क्यों? बिकॉज दैट इज ऑल्सो वैलिड. तुम एक टॉर्च ले लो और रूम पे एक प्लेन मिरर ले लो, तो एट ए सर्टेन एंगल यू इंसिडेंट द लाइट फ्रॉम द टॉर्च to the plane mirror, then you will observe another spot in that side. If you draw a normal, you will be able to calculate that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. I think this experiment you have done in class 8. If you increase the angle of incidence, then your angle of refraction will also increase, but you cannot neglect wave theory also. Okay, हाँ, सपोज तुम एक डार्क रूम के अंदर पे हो और डार्क रूम का बाहर में एक लाइट है. लाइट जो है, लाइट तुम्हारे लिए विजिबल नहीं है, ठीक है, बट देन ऑल्सो द लाइट विल कम इनटू योर इनसाइड ऑफ योर रूम. सो you cannot see the light, but the light is traveling from the source of light to your room. Means what? Light does not follow even straight path also. That is basically wave theory of light. एक सिंपल एग्जांपल ले लो. दरवाजा है रूम पे, ठीक है, घर का जो मेन एंट्रेंस है वहां पे एक बाल्टी पानी डाल दो, ठीक है, तो वो पानी क्या होगा? धीरे धीरे सब रूम पे फैल जाएगा, है कि नहीं? सो दिस इज नोन एज वेव थ्योरी, दिस इज नोन एज द वेव. मतलब वॉट एवर डिस्टर्बेंस यू विल गिव, दैट डिस्टर्बेंस विल प्रोपागेट इन एवरी डायरेक्शन. This is the concept of basically wave theory. So today we will first we will try to establish that the refraction of light, मतलब जो Snell's law था, that is also satisfied by Huygens theory. Okay, Huygens derived that the wave theory of light also satisfied the Snell's law, that what we have got in ray optics in refraction. Okay, so the first topic of today is refraction of light, refraction of light by Huygens principle or refraction of light by Huygens principle or from wave theory of light or from wave theory of light. Okay, so that is the first topic of today. Okay, so for refraction we need a pair of media. So suppose this one is the interface. Okay, so in this side we have got medium 1 and in this side we have got medium 2. So this is rarer, this is denser. In this medium velocity of light is v1 and in this medium velocity of light is v2. Okay, so from the diagram it is clear that since it is rarer medium, since it is denser medium, you can say that v1 is greater than v2. Obviously rarer medium पे क्या होता है, स्पीड ज़्यादा होता है और डेंसर मीडियम पे स्पीड कम होता है, ये तो तुम लोगों को शायद मालूम है. Done. Okay, now suppose a plane wave front is incidenting on the surface, this one. Suppose what is happening here, suppose a plane wave front is striking the surface. What surface? The refracting surface. So this is the direction of propagation of what? This is the direction of propagation of light. Okay, step by step, be careful here. So this one is the direction of propagation of light. So we will draw the rays in this direction because this is direction of propagation of light. You already know that the direction of propagation of light is always perpendicular to the wavefront. So what is the wavefront here? Wavefront will be like this. Our wavefront will be like this, which is perpendicular to the direction of propagation of light. Light is propagating in this direction, so these are the wavefront. So what type of wavefront? The wavefront is a planar one. ठीक है, अब देखो, the name of the wavefront is suppose AB. This is similar to your reflection. So when the wavefront strikes the surface, the point A has reached this point, but point B is at this location. मतलब point A जो है, यहाँ से अभी wavefront कहाँ enter करेगा? In the second medium, but from the B, the wavefront will still propagate in the same medium, that is in medium 1. So suppose T is the time taken by the wavefront. T is the time taken by the wavefront at B to reach, what is this point? This point is suppose C. So B से C तक wavefront पहुंचने के लिए कितना समय चाहिए? T. Time taken by the wavefront at B to reach C. Okay, but in that time from the point A, the wavefront will start propagating in the second medium. Okay, अब देखो यहाँ पे velocity of light ज़्यादा है. So T टाइम पे यहाँ पे wavefront जितना distance cover करेगा, यहाँ पे velocity of light कम है. तो यहाँ पे T टाइम पे wavefront इतना ज़्यादा distance travel नहीं करेगा. Okay, suppose T टाइम में यहाँ पे wavefront ने कितना distance travel किया? BC. तो यहाँ पे wavefront कितना distance travel करेगा? Not equal to BC, it will be less than BC. तो suppose this point is A. So suppose हमने draw किया कि in time T from this point B, a wavefront has reached this position. A wavefront has reached this position, that is C, and from point A, one wavefront has reached. From this side, wavefront will propagating like this, na? So wavefront has reached this point, suppose. Okay? So the wavefront will propagate like this, na? So in time T, from the point A, suppose the wavefront has reached this position. So it is clear that this distance is less than this distance. Okay, why? Because here the speed is less. So according to Huygens principle, after time t, if we draw a common tangent, we will get the new wavefront. So let us draw the common tangent here. So at this point, this is suppose say the common tangent. So this one is the common tangent after time t. What is this point? Let us name this point as D. So you know that wavefront is always perpendicular to the direction of propagation of light. So this is the direction of propagation of light. So draw a perpendicular from this position, this one. Draw a perpendicular from this position, this one. Okay. Propagation of light is perpendicular to the wavefront, na? So it will look like this. From here, a wavefront. From here, the propagation of light will be like this. ये इतना ज़्यादा perpendicular नहीं हुआ मेरा. So it will be like this. Okay. So this is the reflected wavefront. Okay. You try to draw the diagram with the help of scale, then it will be proper. So this point is D. This is the common tangent here. This one. So this is the reflected wavefront. Refracted, not reflected. So CD is the refracted wavefront. Okay. So what is the incident wavefront? Incident wavefront is AB. So angle made by the incident wavefront is known as angle of incidence. What is the refracted wavefront? This one. So angle made by the refracted wavefront is known as angle of refraction. Okay. अच्छा, what is BC? अब देखो, BC is the distance traveled. BC is the distance traveled by the wavefront. Distance traveled by the wavefront at B to C. मतलब यहाँ पे जो wavefront होगा, this is a wavefront, ना? And you know, as per Huygens theory, every point on the wavefront will behave like secondary source of light. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा? और एक wavefront बनेगा ना? Or you can say distance traveled by the source at B. Distance traveled by the source at B to C. So this is the BC. And what is A to? Acha, what is the value of BC? BC will be distance is equal to velocity into time. B से C तक पहुंचने के लिए कितना समय चाहिए? Is equal to T. अच्छा, what is AD then? AD is the distance traveled by the, इस बार सोर्स कौन होगा? A. Distance traveled by the source at A to D. Okay, so what is the AD here? AD will be velocity into time, na? V2 into T. Okay. Acha. Now you draw the from the diagram. What is sine I? Sine theta is equal to, this is 90 degree, na? This angle is 90 degree. This angle is, so sine theta equal to perpendicular by base, that is BC by AC. And what is sine R from the diagram? Perpendicular, that is AD divided by AC. So what is sine I by sine R? Sine I divided by sine R, BC by AC, AD by AC. Cancel. So it will be BC divided by AD. Okay. So sine I divided by sine R. What is BC? BC is P1 by T, P2 T. Cancel. So this is P1 by P2. What is P1 by V2? This is 1 mu 2. So it can be written as mu equal to sin I by sin r. This is the Snell's law. So we can verify Snell's law with the help of Huygens principle. Okay, so this is Snell's law of refraction. So Huygens theory also satisfies the law of refraction of light. So here we have done the derivation for when light is traveling from rarer to denser medium. So यहाँ पे लाइट कहाँ से कहाँ तक जा रहा था? Rarer to denser. So your homework is do the same derivation when light travels from denser to rarer. So when light travels from rarer to denser, the refracted wavefront, it is moving towards the normal, na? Do you remember from reflection of light? From ray optics. But when light will travel from denser to rarer, then this wavefront will move in this direction, away. Okay? So you try to draw the diagram and try to derive the same equation, that is Snell's law based on Huygens theory. Okay? So our next topic will be superposition of waves. Okay? So what is superposition? तो जब मैंने HS फर्स्ट ईयर में वेव ऑप्टिक्स डिस्कस किया था, सो व्हेन वी डिस्कस्ड वेव ऑप्टिक्स, नॉट वेव ऑप्टिक्स, वेव्स, ऑसिलेशन एंड वेव था ना, तो व्हेन वी डिस्कस्ड वेव्स इन HS फर्स्ट ईयर, देन यू गॉट ए टॉपिक दैट इज नोन एज सुपरपोजिशन ऑफ वेव्स. तो व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय सुपरपोजिशन ऑफ वेव्स? सुपरपोजिशन ऑफ वेव मीन्स मिक्सिंग ऑफ टू और मोर वेव्स. ओके, तो वहां पे एक टॉपिक मैंने बोला था तुम लोगों को कि इट विल बी रिक्वायर्ड इन योर HS सेकेंड ईयर ऑल्सो इन वेव ऑप्टिक्स. तो सुपरपोजिशन इज बेसिकली मिक्सिंग ऑफ टू और मोर वेव्स. ओके, एंड सुपरपोजिशन वहां पे कितना था? सुपरपोजिशन वहां पे था इंटरफेरेंस, बीच. ओके, और एक क्या था वहां पे? ओपन ऑर्गन पाइप और क्लोज ऑर्गन पाइप पे जो था. ठीक है, सो हियर इन योर HS सेकेंड ईयर फ्रॉम सुपरपोजिशन वी विल रिक्वायर to study only interference of waves. So I think you guys remember what is interference. So interference of wave means if two sources, but the two sources must be coherent. Now we have to study what is coherent. Coherent means if the two sources of light have the same frequency, same wavelength and same phase angle, then they are known as coherent sources of light. So अगर दो लाइट अगर दोनों coherent है, and if they are traveling in the same direction, and if they are traveling in the same direction, and if they superimpose at a certain point, then that is known as your interference of wave. और एक टाइप क्या मिला था फर्स्ट ईयर में? that is your stationary और standing wave. तो stationary और standing में क्या होता है? दोनों वेव ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में मूव करता है. ठीक है, इंटरफेरेंस में दोनों वेव सेम डायरेक्शन में मूव करता है और दोनों सोर्स ऑफ लाइट क्या होना चाहिए? कोहेरेंट. ओके, और स्टेशनरी वेव में क्या होता है? टू कोहेरेंट सोर्सेस ऑफ लाइट दे मूव इन द अपोजिट डायरेक्शन. और जो बीच जो टॉपिक था वहां पे क्या था? द टू सोर्सेस दे शुड नॉट बी कोहेरेंट, दे हैव सम ऑफ डिफरेंस इन देयर फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड दैट शुड बी लेस देन 10 हर्ट्ज. ओके, so this is you got in HS first year. That is we will discuss now from wave theory now. Okay, so superposition is basically an idea that is mixing of two or more waves. Okay, they must be maybe they are traveling in the same direction और नहीं तो वो they are traveling in the opposite direction, कुछ भी हो सकता है. तो इसीलिए सुपरपोजिशन में क्या होता है? डिफरेंट टाइप्स होता है. ठीक है, चलो हम लोग अभी सुपरपोजिशन को शुरू करते हैं. ठीक है, तो टॉपिक है सुपरपोजिशन ऑफ वेव्स. पहले समझ लेते हैं कि सुपरपोजिशन क्या होता है, फिर कोहेरेंट सोर्स क्या होता है. ठीक है, तो सुपरपोजिशन ऑफ वेव्स. I think you guys remember one formula, that is intensity. मतलब intensity of the resultant wave is proportional to amplitude square. Suppose this one is y is equal to a sine omega t. This one is suppose a wave having zero phase angle. Then what is the intensity? Intensity is proportional to a square. मतलब you can say that intensity is proportional to amplitude square. Okay, and intensity is proportional to square of the amplitude. You got it in first year. Okay, intensity is proportional to amplitude square. That is the note here. The superposition of wave means basically mixing of two or more waves, mixing of two or more waves producing mixing of two or more waves producing different amplitude of the mixing of two or more waves that produces different amplitudes of the resultant wave. Okay, if you want to go for a long definition, then it is given in your HS first year. Okay, so in second year these things are not required, the definitions. So suppose superposition are of two types. One is constructive superposition. So what is constructive superposition? In constructive superposition, the waves that will mix together, they must be in the same phase. For example, यहाँ पे देखो, suppose this one is one wave. Okay, this is suppose one wave, and this is suppose say the another one. So these two waves, is there any phase difference? No, this is time. This is in this side, suppose we have, this is y. Y is the amplitude. So if these two waves superimpose, then what will happen? अगर ये दोनों waves superimpose कर दिया, तो इसका resultant wave कैसा होगा? Okay, the resultant wave, देखो ये wave और ये wave दोनों same phase angle पे है, so the resultant wave will be this one. Because they will be added. They will be added. अच्छा, ये जो first one था, इसका amplitude कितना था? y1. और ये जो second one था, इसका amplitude कितना था? y2. इसीलिए जो resultant wave होगा, उसका amplitude कितना होगा? This one will be y equal to y1 plus y2. They are in the same phase, so the amplitude of the resultant wave will increase. So what happens in constructive superposition? Since the resultant intensity increases, the resultant amplitude increases, so the resultant intensity will increase. Done? So in constructive superposition, y is equal to y1 plus y2. Okay? And and waves which are in the same phase superimpose. देखो दोनों वेव किस पे था, दोनों सेम फेस पे था. waves which are in the waves which are in the same phase superimpose. Okay, तो y equal to y1 plus y2, तो resultant amplitude will increase. जो प्रॉपर्टी है वो हम लोग बुलेट पॉइंट पे लिख रहा है, ठीक है. सो रिजल्टेंट एम्पलीट्यूड increases and hence intensity. ओके, अगर एम्पलीट्यूड बढ़ेगा तो इंटेंसिटी भी इंक्रीज होगा, ठीक है. सो डिस्ट्रक्टिव में क्या होता है, देखो डिस्ट्रक्टिव मतलब व्हाट, व्हेन द वेव्स ऑफ destructive superposition, when the waves of opposite phase or out of phase superimpose. Number 2, इसका डायग्राम देखो, this one. So this is suppose say the one wave, इसका इंटेंसिटी कितना है, सॉरी इसका एम्पलीट्यूड कितना है. सपोज दिस इज योर इक्वल टू y1, ओके, एंड दिस वन इज सपोज से द, जो ब्लू कलर्ड है दैट इज सपोज से द अनदर वन. सो देखो दोनों ऑपोजिट में है ना, सो दे आर आउट ऑफ फेज, they are out of phase. This type of wave are known as they are out of phase, or phase difference is 180 degree. So what will be the resultant wave? ये प्लस है, ये माइनस है, so resultant wave will be like this. Okay, so this one will be the resultant wave. इसका एम्पलीट्यूड कितना था, दिस इज y2, तो ये जो रिजल्टेंट वेव है इसका एम्पलीट्यूड कितना होगा, y इक्वल टू y1 माइनस y2, ठीक है. सो वेव्स व्हिच आर इन द ऑपोजिट फेज सुपर इम्पोज, तो ये तो हो गया फर्स्ट वन. सेकेंड वन विल बी वेव्स व्हिच आर इन द opposite phase, which are in the opposite phase superimpose. Okay, नंबर 3, देखो यहां पे क्या है, resultant intensity is decreasing. Why? Because resultant amplitude is decreasing. So what we will write, resultant amplitude decreases and hence intensity. Okay, so these things you must remember from superposition. So in constructive the resultant intensity will increase, मतलब we will get some bright phenomena, मतलब उसका resultant power क्या होगा, it will increase. And in destructive the resultant intensity will decrease, so we will get some low light. Okay, so this is about superposition. So after superposition in our next class we will discuss about this one, the interference. Okay, as I already said, from superposition only interference is required. So in the next class we will discuss about that one. क्या बोला मैंने, interference. Okay, done.